Hold on. I'm a little starstruck because Gillian is kind of my idol, so this is so exciting.
You're my idol.
I'm going to cry.
I want to go to Egypt with you so bad.
Let's do it. Yeah, I have a lot of trips coming up.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready? Welcome back. So this is our special about the Paramotor STOL Classics competition coming up in December. And with us today, we have Gillian Wintermute.
Hello.
So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Gillian, so you just got back from England and that was your first international competition experience?
It was.
Tell us how it went.
It went well. It was a huge learning experience. I think for all three of us that competed, and we really just threw ourselves into the thick of it. We're really doing some of these tasks for the very first time, flying with a map board for the first time. And it was challenging, and it was a long nights and early mornings, but it was really cool to experience, and we met a lot of incredible people.
I'm sure that was amazing, meeting all of those amazing pilots. So what would you say, like, if you were to say the biggest lesson that you learned in the competition, what would it be?
It's very easy for me to get in my head. So I think just exposure therapy to this kind of stuff is the best thing for me. Just doing it over and over, and the more I do it, the more comfortable I'm going to get. So I think just going there, immersing myself in it, kind of taking that leap of uncomfortability and getting familiarized with everything is really what helped me the most. And now the more that I do it, the more comfortable and passionate I'm going to get about it.
Okay, so you enjoyed it. You're going to do it again.
I did. I mean, it was like a type 3 type of fun where like in the moment it's like, this is hard and there's a lot going on. But then after the fact, you're like, okay, that was actually really rewarding.
Yeah, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And this is where the learning happens, right? So
Absolutely.
What did you learn?
I learned how to read a map board, for sure. And I learned a lot of kind of techniques and strategies from the other pilots, just witnessing them. I didn't get to like actually sit down with them and talk to them about their strategies because they don't want to give me their strategies, right? But I was able to witness a lot and definitely showed me how much more I need to practice certain things like spot landing and the bowling pin knockdown, and how you just kind of have to beat those down to a bush till you can do it every single time, and not just like once every 2 times or every 3 times, but you have to be able to nail that every single time because you really only have one shot in a competition setting.
Lots of practice then. Yeah. So you're probably very excited then that we are going to host our first competition in the U.S., which would make it so accessible for all U.S. pilots to actually get that practice.
Absolutely.
What are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited to not have to internationally travel with a paramotor, for sure. It's going to be a little bit easier, shorter drive. But I'm excited to see everyone in this country come together and compete, and I'm excited to see everyone's skill levels and how they handle it, and the efficiency, because you go to a big fly-in in the U.S. and it can be a little chaotic. There's people everywhere doing everything, whatever they want. There can be some big egos. So I'm looking forward to see people's personalities in this setting, if they're going to take it seriously. Of course, still have fun and, take it lightly, but I'm definitely excited to progress more, to try these things again, and to share the knowledge that I gained, the little knowledge that I gained with other competitors that want to learn more.
If there was one piece of advice that you would like to give pilots out there who are possibly on the fence about participating or maybe thinking that this is not for them, what would you say?
Just do it. Just come. Just try it out. It doesn't have to be for you, but at least you gave it a shot, right? That's better than staying home and regretting that you didn't come and do it.
That's very good advice.
Yeah, right? For sure, it's easy to get in your head and to psych yourself out of it and not want to try because you don't want to embarrass yourself. And even if you're there and you're getting nervous, as long as you're just coming out and trying, it doesn't matter if you perform the best or you do super well, at least you're progressing a little bit at a time, and that's the best you can do.
Yes, and we're all going to have fun no matter what.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, flying is fun, and that's what it's all about.
So in international competitions, there are different types of tasks.
Yes.
What are the tasks that you've had experience with?
I got to compete in the navigation tasks, which involve a couple different tasks in and of itself, and then also the spot landing and the bowling pin task while I was over in England. And then I have competed in 2 STOL comps, unofficial, but kind of fun little put together STOL comps in the US.
So you obviously have to choose one glider for all of those tasks. What was your
Yes.
strategy?
For the international competition, I used my Viper XC, which to me seemed the most efficient for those type of navigation tasks, which was a huge chunk of the competition, was you going out and flying for 5 hours and trying to hit all these points or trying to do as much as you could in that 5-hour span. And obviously wanting to use as little gas as you possibly can. So the Ozone Viper XC that I used, gave me speed, efficiency, and a little bit of stability in the bumpier winds that we were experiencing as we were flying into later in the day as well. For me, the Viper XC also, I think, is a great choice for the target landing and the bowling pin because it has a great glide slope. I think I'm going to struggle a little bit using it for the STOL comp just because I like to kind of stomp in like a big boatier wing is going to make that whole process easier for the landing. But I don't know, I'll just have to practice and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great advice for pilots out there is to practice your wing. And if you have access to more than one wing, practice all of them.
Yeah,
and
see which one works the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. The other kind of key part to your gear is the motor as well. Wintermute Motor 185 is going to give you the most thrust, and for that short takeoff, it's going to help you get off the ground super easily as compared to maybe an Atom 80 unless you weigh super, super light. That's going to help you get off the ground as fast as you can. And then in terms of maybe like a long navigation task, you're going to want to be as efficient as you possibly can. Maybe an Atom 80 is a little bit more efficient for you. Maybe an Atom 80 or a EFI motor from Wintermute as well is going to help you to be the most efficient on your fuel burn in those competitions and help you prevent having to come back to the field and refuel as often as you would need to.
And of course, in addition to that, you also have to practice the basics of just good flying technique.
Absolutely.
Right?
Definitely using the gear that you are the most comfortable on, the most experienced on, is the right choice for these competition settings. You don't want to be coming into this on a brand new glider that you only have 5-10 hours on, right? Because you're not going to know a lot about that glider, you're not going to be super comfortable on it. And in a high stress situation, you're going to want to be on something that you're more comfortable on and you know really well. Same thing goes with a motor. If you're not super experienced on the EFI motor and you start having issues with it while you're flying around, you don't want to have to be dealing with those issues. You want to be using the motor that you know runs well and you know down to its core during this competition.
Yeah, so it's not just a matter of power, but also a matter of a partnership between the pilot and his or her gear.
Yes.
So speaking of partnerships, you've had quite a lot of those in your paramotoring career, some impressive ones. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so I am an Ozone team pilot, which is a huge honor, and I also am sponsored by Limitless Paramotors.
Tell us more about these partnerships and the value that you get from them.
I love working with Ozone because, first of all, I've only ever flown Ozone, and I also am an instructor and I teach people how to fly on Ozone. So not only did I already have like a starting base of knowledge when it comes to Ozone, but now I get to work with them, partner with them, create content with them, and Amelia Plack at Ozone is just a huge support for all of the team pilots and really just wants to help and support your paramotor career and wants to see all these team pilots go as far as they can, which is really amazing. And then Limitless Paramotors, which ahead of Limitless Paramotors is Neil, and he's just been a huge support for me throughout my entire paramotor career. He's an incredible mechanic. He has helped me set up my personal Limitless frame super well. I feel 100% comfortable on it. It flies amazing. And I've seen how much hard work he has put into the company to change it, to edit the frame in little ways to make it better and better and better. So that's always growing, and it's really cool to kind of be a spokesman for them and to share Limitless with other people who don't know a lot about it, and just kind of get the word out more, because I have seen personally how much work and how much passion has gone into Limitless, and them kind of gifting me a frame to go use in these bigger settings is just a blessing for them, but also I get to share that passion with other people as well.
And I'm glad you brought up the work that Neil has done to make sure that your motor and your frame fits you perfectly, because I know that one of the biggest advantages of Limitless frames is that adjustable geometry.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So what does that mean exactly?
So you can adjust the swing arms and hang points very minutely. So you can change it a little, like a centimeter at a time, and that's going to change the geometry of the frame and how it flies for you and how it hangs off your body. So depending on the type of flying that you're wanting to do, whether it be like slalom racing or just cruising around in the sky or doing lots of touch and goes, you can adjust the frame and how it sits on your body and how it hangs in the air, and that'll really change a lot of the aspects of flying for you.
That's a huge advantage, because then it fits a wider range of body types and skill levels.
Yeah.
So that's really incredible. And of course, Limitless is our title sponsor. And we're so excited that they are putting their support behind Paramotor STOL Classics coming up this December. The Paramotor STOL Classics competition is coming up in December 8 to 16. Pilots are welcome to arrive as early as the Friday before the competition. It's going to be hosted at the Sunnyland Ranch Airport in Okeechobee, Florida.
There are only 50 spots available. I will be one of those pilots, and I look forward to seeing all of you there.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Gada Baz, and this was Gillian Wintermute.